Good morning, students. Today we will continue with our lesson number 4, climate. In this lesson, as we have learned about the climate of Brazil and climate of India. So today we will see some of the question answers related to this lesson. Before starting with question and answer, we will do small revision related to points to remember of lesson number 4, climate. Brazil experiences wide range of climate variation due to vast latitudinal extent. Brazil experienced the wide range of climatic variation due to vast latitudinal extent. Climate near the equator is hot. In Brazil, the climate near the equator is hot. Climate near the Tropic of Capricorn is temperate. At the Tropic of Capricorn, the climate of Brazil is temperate. Brazil receives rainfall from southeast trade winds, northeast trade winds. These are the two trade winds, southeast trade winds and northeast trade winds of Brazil. So because of these winds, Brazil receives rainfall. Type of rainfall in coastal region of Brazil. Orographic type. In the coastal region of Brazil, the rainfall is of orographic type. Reason for orographic rain is Brazil. In Brazil, the reason for orographic rainfall is because of the obstruction of the Great Escarpment. The escarpment create obstruction for the winds to blow, so it reason for orographic rainfall in Brazil. Rain shadow region is also called drought coordinate. Rain shadow region means the region which is having very less rainfall, minimum rainfall. So rain shadow region is called as drought coordinate. Temperature in northern part of Brazil is high. In the northern part of Brazil, the temperature is too high. And the temperature in southern part of Brazil is low. In the southern part, if you see the temperature, it is very low. And in the northern part, it is high. So the temperature in the northern part of Brazil is high, and the temperature in the southern part of Brazil is low. The zone in which most of the Brazil and India lies is tropical zone. The zone in which most of the Brazil and India lies is tropical zone. Average temperature in Amazon Valley. In Amazon Valley, the average temperature is 25 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. So the average temperature in Amazon Valley, 25 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. Rainfall in Amazon Valley is 2000 mm. Rainfall in Amazon Valley is 2000 mm. Type of climate in India. In India, the type of climate is of monsoon type. India has a monsoon type of climate. Average temperature are higher throughout the year in India as the sun rays are perpendicular up to the Tropic of Cancer. As the sun rays are perpendicular, coming in the straight direction up to the Tropic of Cancer, so the average temperature are higher throughout the year in India. India experiences diversity in climate condition due to latitudinal location and altitude. This is the reason why India experiences diversity in climatic condition because of latitudinal location and altitude. Less amount of rainfall in Gujarat and Rajasthan is because as wind blow parallel to Aravalli range. So as the wind blow parallel to the Aravalli range, there is less amount of rainfall in Gujarat and Rajasthan. Frequent natural disasters in India are erratic rainfall, droughts, cyclones, floods. These are the natural disasters which are frequently in India. Erratic rainfall, droughts, cyclones, and floods. Wettest place in the world. The wet place in the world is Mausoram and Cherrapunji. These are the two places which are the most wettest place in the world, not only in the India, but in the world. Mausoram and Cherrapunji. Driest place in India is Jaisalmer. In India, the driest place is Jaisalmer. 4 seasons in India. There are 4 seasons in India that are hot weather season, season of rainfall, that is monsoon, season of retreating monsoon, and cold weather season. Hot weather season, season of rainfall, season of retreating monsoon, and cold weather season. In India, temperature increases towards south and the decreases towards north. So, to the south side, the temperature increases, and towards the north side, the temperature decreases in India. And in Brazil, the temperature increases towards north and decreases towards south. So, to the north of Brazil, the temperature increases, and to the south, it decreases. Amount of rainfall received in Cherrapunji and Mausa is approximately 11,000 mm. So the rainfall received in Cherrapunji and Mausaram is approximately 11,000 mm. Amount of rainfall received in Shillong. In Shillong, the amount of rainfall is 1,000 mm. State receiving rainfall during the retreating monsoon season is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is the state receiving rainfall during the retreating monsoon season. Low pressure area develop in India due to the high temperature in summer in Punjab Plains and Thar Desert in Rajasthan. In Punjab Plains and Thar Desert in Rajasthan, low pressure area developed in India due to the high temperature in summer. Rainfall in northeastern Brazil coast is around 1000 to 1200 mm. So these are the points to remember related to the lesson. It's very important. We have done a small revision related to it. Brazil experiences wide range of climate variation due to vast latitudinal extent. Climate near the equator is hot. Climate near the Tropic of Capricorn is temperate. Brazil receives rainfall from southeast trade winds, northeast trade winds. Type of rainfall in coastal region of Brazil is orographic. Reason for orographic rain in Brazil is the obstruction of escarpment. Rain shadow region is also called drought correlator. Temperature in northern part of Brazil is high, and the temperature in the southern part of Brazil is low. The zone in which most of the Brazil and India lies is tropical zone. Average temperature in Amazon Valley is 25 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. Rainfall in Amazon Valley is 2000 mm. Type of climate in India is monsoon type. Average temperature are higher throughout the year in India as the sun rays are perpendicular up to the Tropic of Cancer. India experiences diversity in climatic condition due to latitudinal location and altitude. Less amount of rainfall in Gujarat and Rajasthan as wind blow parallel to Aravalli range. Frequent natural disaster in India, erratic rainfall, drought, cyclone, flood, etc. Wettest place in India, Moswaram and Cherrapunji. Driest place in India, Jaisalmer. Fourth season of India, hot weather season, season of rainfall, season of retreating monsoon, and the cold weather season. In India, temperature increases towards south. In India, the temperature decreases towards north. In Brazil, temperature increases towards north and temperature decreases towards south. Amount of rainfall received in Cherrapunji and Moswaram is approximately 11,000 mm. Amount of rainfall received in Shillong is 1000 mm. State receiving rainfall during the retreating monsoon season, Tamil Nadu. Low pressure area developed in India due to the high temperature in summer is Punjab Plains and Thar Desert in Rajasthan. Rainfall in northeastern Brazil coast is around 1000 to 1200 mm. Now we will see the question answers. Here are the names of some of the states and the region given, and the column are given. And we have to write about the India and Brazil related to the high rainfall, moderate rainfall, and low rainfall. In which state there is high rainfall, moderate rainfall, and low rainfall. So the columns are, first column is given of type of rainfall, and second is India and Brazil. And different states and region given is Bihar, Tocantins, Pernambuco, Algos, Eastern Maharashtra, western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Rio Grande do Norte, Paraíba, Western Ghats, Eastern Himalayas, Western Andhra Pradesh, Roraima, Amazonas, West Bengal, Rio Grande do Sul, Santa Catarina, and Goa. These are the states of India and Brazil. We have to classify that states in India and Brazil as per the rainfall. So high rainfall in India is in Western Ghats, Eastern Himalayas, and Goa. So the region and the state with the high rainfall is Western Ghats, Eastern Himalayas, and Goa. And in Brazil, it is Tocantins, Rio Grande do Sul, and Roraima. In Brazil, the high rainfall is found in Tocantins, Rio Grande do Sul, and Roraima. Moderate rainfall means not very high also, not very low. It is in medium. So moderate rainfall in India is Bihar, Eastern Maharashtra, and West Bengal. In India, moderate rainfall is Bihar, Eastern Maharashtra, West Bengal, and in Brazil, Santa Catarina, Amazonas, and Algarve. In Brazil, the moderate rainfall is found in Santa Catarina, Amazonas, and Algarve. Now low rainfall. So low rainfall in India is found in the western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, western Andhra Pradesh. These are the states in India where there is low rain. Western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, western Andhra Pradesh. And in Brazil, low rainfall is in Pernambuco, Paraíba, Rio Grande North, and Alagoas. Pernambuco, Paraíba, Rio Grande North, and Alagoas. So this is the classification of different states of India and Brazil related to the rainfall. How much it receives: high rainfall, moderate rainfall, or low rainfall. So in India, high rainfall is found in Western Ghats, Eastern Himalayas, and Goa. And in India, moderate rainfall is in Bihar, Eastern Maharashtra, West Bengal. And in India, low rainfall is in western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and western Andhra Pradesh. And of Brazil, high rainfall is in Tocantins, Rio Grande do Sul, and Roraima. And moderate rainfall in Brazil is in Santa Catarina, Amazonas, Alagoas. And low rainfall in Brazil is Pernambuco, Paraíba, Rio Grande do Norte, and Alagoas. Now answer the sentence, right or wrong, and rewrite the wrong one. Some sentences are given. We have to read the sentence. We have to decide it is right or wrong. And if it is wrong, we have to give the reason. What is the reason? So first, the fact that Brazil lies on the equator affects its climate in a big way. And the answer to this is right. It is right that the fact that Brazil lies on the equator. Brazil lies on the equator, and so it affects the climate in a very big way. It is affecting the climate because Brazil lies on the equator. So the fact that Brazil lies on the equator affects its climate in a big way. Second, India and Brazil have the same season at the same time. Wrong. The answer is wrong. India and Brazil have different season at the same time. At the same time, they both have the different season. India have different seasons and Brazil have different season at the same time. They don't have the same season at the same time. So India and Brazil have the same season at the same time. The answer is wrong. India and Brazil have different season at the same time. Third, India faces tropical cyclone frequently, and the answer is right. India faces tropical cyclones frequently. Right. Fourth question. Brazil gets a lot of rainfall because of the southwest monsoon wind. Brazil gets a lot of rainfall because of the southwest monsoon wind. So the answer is wrong. Brazil gets rainfall from the southeast trade winds and the northeast trade winds, not because of the southwest monsoon winds. So the name of the winds that the Brazil receive rainfall is southeast trade winds and northeast trade winds. So if the question comes, Brazil gets a lot of rainfall because of the southwest monsoon winds, it is wrong statement. Brazil gets rainfall from southeast trade winds and northeast trade winds. So these are some of the sentences, right or wrong, we have studied. the fact that Brazil lies on the equator affect its climate in a big way? And the answer to this is right. Second, India and Brazil have the same season at the same time. And the answer to this is wrong. India and Brazil have different season at the same time. Third, India faces tropical cyclone frequently. And the answer is right. Fourth, Brazil gets a lot of rainfall because of the southwest monsoon winds. And the answer is wrong. Brazil gets rainfall from the southeast trade winds, the northeast trade winds. Now we will see the give reason. And what are the answer expected in a particular give reason? So first give reason, the northeastern part of Brazilian highland receives very less rain. The northeastern part of Brazilian highlands receive very less rainfall. So what is the reason for this? For receiving very less rainfall in the northeastern part? So let's see. Brazil gets rainfall from the southeast trade winds and the northeast trade winds. Brazil gets rainfall from the southeast trade winds and the northeast trade winds. Part of Brazilian highland extend up to the northern coast. So the part of the Brazilian highland that is extending up to the northern coast in Brazil. The escarpment acts as an obstruction to the wind blowing from the sea and cause orographic type of rainfall in the coastal region. The escarpment act as an obstruction. While the winds are blowing, the escarpment is acting as an obstruction for flowing of the winds from the sea to the mainland. So this causes orographic type of rainfall. So when the wind is blowing from the sea to the mainland, the escarpment is acting as an obstruction for the wind to blow. So this gives the orographic type of rainfall in the coastal region of Brazil. Beyond the highlands, the effect of this wind get reduced. So as the winds are blowing beyond the highlands, the effect of the winds are getting reduced. As a result, the rainfall is minimum. So as the effect of the winds are getting reduced, there is less rainfall. The rainfall is minimum because of the effect of the winds are reduced. Beyond the highland, the effect of these winds get reduced. So as per the highland, winds are blowing, the effect of the winds get reduced, and the result, the rainfall is minimum. Thus, the northeastern part of Brazilian highland receives less rainfall. So that is why the northeastern part of Brazil highlands receives less rainfall. So this rain region is also known as rain shadow region, and it is also called as drought corridor. So rain shadow region and drought corridor are the means the region which is getting very less rainfall or the very minimum rainfall throughout the year. So it is called as drought corridor. So this is the expected answer for the give reason why the northeastern part of Brazilian highland receives very less rainfall. So you have to write Brazil gets rainfall from the southeast trade wind and the northeast trade wind. Part of Brazilian highland extend up to the northern coast. The escarpment act as an obstruction to the wind blowing from the sea and cause orographic type of rainfall in the coastal region. Beyond the highland, the effect of this wind get reduced. As a result, the rainfall is minimum. Thus, the northern eastern part of Brazilian highland receives less rainfall. This rain shadow region is also called as drought corridor. Next give reason. Snowfall doesn't occur in Brazil. Why it happens that snowfall doesn't occur in Brazil? Because of the vast latitudinal extent of Brazil, it experiences wide range of climatic variation. Near the equator, it is hot, while tropical type of climate is found near the Tropic of Capricorn. Why there is no snowfall in Brazil? Because of the vast latitudinal extent of Brazil, the Brazil experience a wide range of climatic variation. There are various climatic changes in Brazil. It is experiencing because of the vast latitudinal extent. And near the equator, the temperature is hot in Brazil, while the tropical type of climate is found near the Tropic of Capricorn. So, near the Tropic of Capricorn, the climate is tropical type, and near the equator, it is very hot. Considering the temperature in Brazil, the northern part of Brazil is hot, while the temperature in the southern part is comparatively low. So, as we have seen about the temperature in Brazil, the northern part of Brazil, the northern side of Brazil is very hot, and in the southern part, the temperature is very low. This is the difference between the north and south direction climate of Brazil. So in the northern part of Brazil, it is hot temperature or very high temperature, and in the southern part, it is very low temperature or very low. It generally snow in those areas lying in the temperature or polar region or in the mountainous region of very high altitude. So it while we can see of the snowfall, it generally snow in the areas where there is very low temperature or polar regions, there is snowfall, or in the mountainous region of very high altitude. Of very high altitude means very height. The mountains which are very high in height. In that region, particularly snowfall occurs because of the cold climate. For the snowfall, the climate should be very cold. So normally, when the areas which are having snowfall are the areas like the temperature where the temperature is very low, or the polar region, or in the mountainous region of very high altitude. So snowfall doesn't occur because it only confined to higher elevation in the southern state of Rio Grande do Sul, Paraná, and Santa Catarina. So in Brazil, the chances of snowfall is very less. The snowfall does occur, but only in confined to higher elevation, and very less chances are there in Brazil of snowfall because it has a very hot type of climate. But sometimes, very rarely, snowfall occurs because of the elevations in the southern state of Rio Grande do Sul, Paraná, and Santa Catarina. Most of the country lies in the tropical zone, which experience a hot and humid climate. Most of the part of the country of Brazil is lying in the tropical zone. And the tropical zone is having very hot and humid climate. So snowfall doesn't always occur in Brazil. It is considered as a rare phenomenon. So snowfall does not occur because of the hot and humid climate in the Brazil, and it is seen or very rarely happen sometime after so many years gap between the years. So snowfall does not happen or occur in Brazil because of the vast latitudinal extent of Brazil. It experiences a wide range of climate variation. Near the equator, it is hot, while tropical type of climate is found near the Tropic of Capricorn. Considering the temperature in Brazil, the northern part of Brazil is hot, while the temperature in the southern part are comparatively low. It generally snows in those areas lying in the temperate or polar region or in the mountainous region, very high altitude. Snowfall does occur, but is only confined to higher elevation in the southern state of Rio Grande do Sul, Paraná, and Santa Catarina. Most part of the country lies in the tropical zone, which experiences a hot and humid climate. So snowfall doesn't always occur in Brazil and is considered a rare phenomenon. Next give reason. Convectional type of rainfall is not prominent in India. Convectional type of rainfall is not prominent in India because convectional rains are a feature of the equatorial region, and the equator passes through the northern part of Brazil. The convectional rains are a feature of the equatorial region, and the equator passes through the northern part of Brazil. Due to the intense heat, here the air expands and rises upward. As the air goes upward, it cools down, condensation occurs, and clouds are formed. This leads to the convectional rains every day. Since equator does not pass through India and the Tropic of Cancer passes through middle of India, India is considered a tropical country and it also receives orographic rainfall. So mostly in India there is orographic type of rainfall. It does not have conventional type of rainfall. So the convectional rainfall are the feature of equatorial region. In the equatorial region, the convectional rainfall are there, and the equator passes through the northern part of Brazil. So due to the intense heat, the air expands, rises upward, and air goes upward, it cools down, condensation occurs. Condensation means the process of the rainfall, and the clouds are formed, and this leads to the conventional rain every day. So since in India, equator does not pass through India, and Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of India, India is considered a tropical country, so it receives rainfall which is of orographic type. So this is the expected answer for the reason. For the give reason, convectional type of rainfall is prominent in India, and the answer, convectional rains are a feature of the equatorial region, and the equator passes through the northern part of Brazil. Due to the intense heat here, the air expands and rises upwards. As the air goes upwards, it cools down, condensation occurs, and clouds are formed. This leads to the convection rains every day. Since equator does not pass through India and the Tropic of Cancer passes through middle of India, India is considered a tropical country and it also receives orographic rain. The next give reason, tropical cyclones occur rarely in Brazil. Tropical cyclones occur rarely in Brazil. So why this happens? So in the coastal region of Brazil, near the equator in Brazil, differences in temperature are negligible. So in the coastal regions of Brazil and near the equator in Brazil, there is differences in temperature are negligible, that are not easily observed or experienced. The wind moves in the vertical direction in this region. The wind direction is in vertical direction. As it moves in the vertical direction, so similarly, the convergence zone of the trade winds is weak here. So the convergence zone for the trade winds to blow is very weak. So as a result, cyclones are not formed in Brazil. This is the reason, because of the convergence zone of the trade wind is very weak, is very low. So cyclones are not formed. That is why tropical cyclones occur rarely in Brazil. Very rarely, very sometimes it may happen, but mostly it does not happen. So the tropical cyclone occur rarely in Brazil. The answer, in the coastal region of Brazil, near the equator in Brazil, differences in temperature are negligible. The wind moves in the vertical direction in this region. Similarly, the convergence zone of the trade wind is weak here. As a result, cyclones are not formed. That is why tropical cyclones occur rarely in Brazil. So now the next key reason, there is not much difference in the range of temperature in Manaus. There is not much difference in the range of temperature in Manaus. Manaus is located to the north of Brazil and close to the equator. Manaus is located, the location of Manaus in Brazil to the north is to the north of the Brazil and close to the equator. It is situated close to the equator. This region receives perpendicular rays of the sun throughout the year. So the rays which are falling on the Manaus is perpendicular throughout the year. Throughout the year, this region, Manaus, receives sun rays directly in the straight direction, perpendicular. It also receives convectional type of rainfall every day. Every day it receives the convectional type of rainfall. So the climate is hot and humid throughout the year. So throughout the year, it has the hot and humid climate. So there is not much difference in maximum and minimum temperature. So there is not very much difference found in maximum or minimum temperature range in Brazil, in Manaus. So there is not much difference in the range of temperature in Manaus. So the difference is not found in the range of temperature in Brazil. So there is not much difference in the range of temperature in Manaus. The answer is Manaus is located to the north of Brazil and close to the equator. The region receives perpendicular rays of the sun throughout the year. It also receives convectional type of rainfall every day. So the climate is hot and humid throughout the year. There is not much difference in the maximum and minimum temperature. So there is not much difference found in the range of temperature in Manaus. Now the next give reason, India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds. The give reason is India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds. In India, in the winter season, India is influenced by the northeast monsoon winds. In the winter season in India, there is northeast monsoon winds. Winds bring cool breeze of to the country. Cool wind, the wind which blowing, it is very cool. So while blowing over Bay of Bengal, the northeast monsoon winds pick up moisture and give rain to the eastern coast of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So while blowing over the Bay of Bengal, the winds that has too much moisture in it, and it gives rain to the eastern coast of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So there is rainfall in the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu because the wind is blowing over the Bay of Bengal and the northeast monsoon winds that pick up moisture, and this gave result in the rainfall of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu in India. So it is said that India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon wind. So India, the winds are getting moisture while they are blowing over the Bay of Bengal. So that result in the rainfall to the eastern coast of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So it is said that the India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon wind. So to give reason, India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds. Two, and the answer is in the winter season, India is influenced by the northeast monsoon winds. These winds bring cool breeze to the country while blowing over the Bay of Bengal. The northeast monsoon winds pick up moisture and give rain to the eastern coast of the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu in India. So it is said that India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds. So this is the clear answer to the give reason why India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds. Now we will see the comparison between the climate of India and Brazil. So climate of India. India has a monsoon type of climate. Climate of Brazil. Brazil has a tropical climate to the north and temperate climate to the south. The climate of India is of monsoon type. Now Brazil, we can see the Brazil has a tropical climate to the north and temperate climate to the south. Second point, The southern part of India lies in the tropical region, so the temperature is high in the south and comparatively low in the north, that is, temperature decreases from the south to north. So the southern part of India lies in the tropical region, so the temperature is very high in the south and comparatively low in the north, that is, temperature decreases from south to north. And of Brazil, the northern part of Brazil lies in the tropical region, so the temperature is high in the north and the comparatively low in the south, that is, temperature decreases from north to south. So in India, we can see the temperature decreases from south to north, and in Brazil, we can see the temperature decreases from north to south. This is the comparison between the temperature. In India, the temperature decreases from south to north, and in Brazil, the temperature decreases from north to south. Next point, India receives rain from the southwest monsoon winds and the northeast monsoon winds, and Brazil receives rain from the southeast and the northeast trade winds. Brazil receives rainfall from the southeast trade winds and the northeast trade winds, and India receives rainfall from the southwest monsoon winds and the northeast monsoon winds. India receives orographic type of rainfall, and Brazil, it receives convectional and orographic type of rainfall. Both. It receives convectional also and orographic type of rainfall. Also in India, it is only orographic type of rainfall. The western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and eastern side of the Western Ghats receives less rainfall. In India, the less rainfall regions are the western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, eastern side of the Western Ghats, and in Brazil, the northeastern part of Brazilian highland is a rain shadow region. The less rainfall is in the rain shadow region, and that region is also known as drought coordinates. So the northern part of the Brazilian highland is a rain shadow region. Now, tropical cyclones are frequent phenomena in India, and tropical cyclones are very rare phenomena in Brazil. In India, it is frequently, and in Brazil, it is very rarely tropical cyclone. So this is the comparison between the climate of India and Brazil. Climate of India, in short, we will see. India has a monsoon type of climate. The southern part of India lies in the tropical region, so the temperature is high in the south and comparatively low in the north, that is, temperature decreases from south to north. India receives rain from the southwest monsoon winds and the northeast monsoon winds. It receives orographic rainfall. The western part of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and eastern side of the Western Ghats receive less rainfall. Tropical cyclones are the frequent phenomenon. And the climate of Brazil, in short, we see. Brazil has a tropical climate to the north and the temperate climate to the south. The northern part of Brazil lies in the tropical region, so the temperature is high in the north and comparatively low in the south, that is, temperature decreases from north to south. Brazil receives rainfall from the southeast and the northeast trade winds. Brazil receives convectional and orographic type of rainfall. The northeastern part of Brazilian highland is a rain shadow region. The tropical cyclones are a rare phenomena in Brazil. So in this way, today we have learned about the points to remember related to the lesson climate of India and Brazil. Then we have seen about the question answers related to the states and region with having high rainfall, moderate rainfall, low rainfall. Then we have studied about some of the sentences related to right or wrong. Then we have seen the give reason. The northeastern part of Brazilian highland receives very less rainfall. Snowfall doesn't always occur in Brazil. Convectional type of rainfall is not prominent in India. Tropical cyclone occur rarely in Brazil. There is not much difference in the range of temperature in Manaus. India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds, and we have learned about the comparison between the climate of India and Brazil. So if you are having any doubts, unmute your mic and ask the question. Students who are having any doubts, unmute your mic and ask the question. Yes, Suraj Yadav.
हेलो
Yes, ask the question.
हेलो टीचर, थोड़ा पीछे का रिपीट करो ना वापिस से, थोड़ा सा।
What exactly you want?
लिख नहीं पाया टीचर मैं।
Huh?
लिख नहीं पाया मैं। से स्क्रीनशॉट लेता हूँ।
You just take screenshot fastly. Okay, next student. Unmute your mic and ask the question. Raj Kundra. Unmute your mic, ask the question.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Can we stop here? No one is asking the
Yes,
question.
ma'am. No one is
Okay.
asking. Only
Thank you, ma'am.
students.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Students, stay continued for the next lecture.
Okay, thank you, students. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Can I leave, ma'am?
Yes, yes.